I wonder if we've got an audience of people that listen to us from jail.
I don't know if they're allowed.
I feel like there's phones in jail though, isn't there?
Yeah, but
like
they've got to come up your ass.
People could be listening to us through those phones.
They could be too. That's a lot of commitment and I really appreciate it. I'd love to know if that is happening. You're listening to us now on a phone that came in up someone's ass. Can we be real? Hello, Bagsy.
Hey, can I just quickly jump in here?
Yeah.
Live show coming up in a few weeks' time. If you want to get your tickets, if you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening right now, you can go to the link in the bio and grab your tickets. There are a few tickets left. We'd love to see you.
Brisbane.
Vegas. Back in the Briz. And will it be warm in May? Because we're going to be there. Like, what's May like in
they think it's
Brisbane?
Cold. So you've just shown yourself.
Be...
You've just shown yourself up there. You're embarrassing me.
What do you mean?
Because they'll be going, thinks it's warm.
But climate change, mate. We've been out of the city
No, they'll
for
be
a
wearing
while.
jumpers.
Yeah.
You know, you and I'll be going, fuck, this is all right. And
Isn't
they'll be
it
like,
great?
brr.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's always fun. It's always a special edge to being in the Vegas, I think, in a good way, a good edge. We at the Sit Down Comedy Club.
Sit Down Comedy Club, mate.
Brilliant. In
Fideli. And the other guys.
In Paddo. Just down the road from the Grand Old Lady, Lang Park. Is that enough local for you?
Well, that's local as. That's the for those overseas. That's the footy stadium. Where
it is Suncorp Stadium. I'm still calling it
Stadium.
Lang Park because they're not paying me. Suncorp. It's Lang Park to me. It will always be Lang Park. Oh, the Wally Lewis statue out the front, guys.
Wally Lewis is a icon in Brisbane. He's a footy player.
He's kind of our Tom Brady.
I don't think so.
He's kind of our David Beckham.
Ooh.
Anyway, the King.
Yeah.
And the beautiful King. Now, what does that remind me of? Oh, please do whatever you want, but don't vomit during our show.
What do you mean?
You know Tracy Morgan?
No.
Oh, hilarious. You will know him. Beautiful, hilarious comedian, African-American, so funny, so eccentric. 30 Rock. Remember he was Tracy Jordan on 30 Rock?
Yep.
And he does my favourite episode of Seinfeld's Getting Coffee with Comedians in Cars. I always get those words around the wrong way. I think that's what it's called. But he does the funniest thing. He's just driving along in this car with Jerry. And all of a sudden he turns to Jerry and he goes, remember when you were in Seinfeld? And Jerry's like, do I remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's just got a really weird mind, but it's funny and it's hilarious and it's adorable. He vomited on the court the other night at an NBA game. He had courtside seats.
Gee whiz.
To watch the Lakers or whoever his team.
Yeah.
And they had to stop the game and carry him off the court in front of all the other celebrities, in front of the whole court, because he's just vomited. There's photos on the internet. It's bad. And the next day he says, I got food poisoning. I got food. Apparently, he just got food poisoning.
That's got to be the worst place to have a spew as a public person, because I mean, there's always the kiss cam that could get you. There's everyone gets to watch the moment.
There's cameras all around the court from the sports media, and someone's got a photo of him vomiting, splashing on the floor.
Oh,
I just thought, God, a public vom. That's so.
Have you had one?
I don't.
After a big night out.
I don't think I've had a public vom
Not
since...
in a bin after at a nightclub or anything like that, or...
Not since high school, I don't reckon, or uni at the latest. Not since
there's a bar
teens.
on the Gold Coast called the Titanium Bar, which is where the Titans all hang out.
Oh, brilliant.
And I spewed in a pot plant.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a big pot plant in the corner which had like a nice fern or whatever in it. And I could feel one coming on, and I didn't want to go home because I was having such a great night. So I just walked over to the pot plant, threw up in there. It was for like a radio station thing that we were doing, and then I came back over and just continued on. Yeah. But then the Titanium Bar put a complaint in because they had footage of me spewing in the
No.
Yeah, they called the general manager of the radio station and said, one of your staff last night just fucking spewed in our pot plant.
I am shocked.
And I had to have a meeting with the fucking people and apologise, which is I get it. I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, but look, it's sort of raised my.
So you've never done that? You've never spewed in a public place?
Not since I was a teenager.
Let's get out and get tonight.
Let's get
Maybe you could do it on the train.
Not going on the train with you, mate. Give it up. No. I think I might have asked a late night cabbie to pull over so I could hurl out the door at some stage, you know.
We've all been there.
We've all been there, but I don't think, some people are phobic about vomiting. Yeah, I think like my daughter used to be, as a little kid, she was, kids are scared of vomiting. 'Cause, I don't know if you've ever seen a kid vomit or about to vomit. They're so frightened, and it's like they try and keep it in. And you're like, let it out.
It feels great after.
Yeah, you'll feel so, and they're scared of something flying out of their body, so they try. It's so weird. Their little eyes are so wide. They're crying. You're just like, just spew, mate. And I think she might still be phobic about it, but yeah.
Well, it's not a nice feeling when you're going through it.
It's horrible.
You feel out of control.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, and if you've had a spew after a big night out, if you're doing it in the bathroom and then you lie on the tiles.
Yeah, the nice
after,
cold tiles.
Because you're a bit sweaty.
Yeah.
But then that feeling after you've finished.
Yeah.
And then you can just lie
when
there.
you know you're finished. When you know.
But how is it when you don't know when you're finished?
That's the
you're lying
bit.
on the tiles.
Yeah, you want to be finished.
And you're like, is this it?
You want to believe it's it, don't you? You're like, yeah, I think that's it. You're telling yourself, yeah, that's it. Oh, no, it's not it.
And when you get to the bit where you've got nothing left in your stomach.
Oh, but it's
what's
still,
that? And then your muscles are still pushing shit out. What the fuck's it doing?
It's bad.
It's bad. So I get why the kids freak out about it.
And some adults have got phobias about vomiting. And yeah, seeing poor Tracy Morgan, how unlucky to
right
go
at
and
the basketball game.
Yeah, go and have some oysters or whatever you do before you go out with the boys, and then you're sitting there thinking, I reckon I'm going to spew here.
Yeah.
And then you think, no, I'm not going to spew.
Was he in the middle of the aisle or something? Like, why wouldn't you get... he would have front row seats, wouldn't he?
He was in the front row. I think it just snuck up on him so hard.
I feel like you know when one's coming on, though, don't you?
I've never had one sneak up.
I've got about a 10-minute window where I start to go, things are getting a bit weird. Usually I've got a headache. So I'm going, really bad headache. Something's going on.
My
things are starting
mouth
to move.
fills with fluid, liquid. Like
right.
I start...
Yeah, you get about a 10-minute warning before you get there.
I reckon. Maybe you should...
Just loving the game.
Yeah, it's a very engrossing game. I mean, it can really get you
bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, it's hard to...
We're going to go to... Mate, another thing on the tour.
Yeah.
Got to go to American bloody basketball.
About going
We're going to do so much.
Yeah, I have been to an
American...
American...
We're just sitting in these fucking chairs.
I have, yeah.
Let's get out and about.
Sick of these chairs. I have been to an American basketball game. Have you?
No.
Oh, my God. It's so fun and amazing.
I've been to a baseball game. Went to the Dodgers.
I've never been. No, I really want to go.
That's where you do the whole "Take Me Out to a Ball" and everyone sings along with that. They send the peanuts around.
I was going to say, tell me about the food, because American
peanuts,
food's amazing.
Hot dogs. It's all the shit we would love, mate.
Yeah.
We would have a field day.
Do they bring them down the stands? Like
peanuts.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I think the basketball is very similar.
Basketball, you have to go out and get your food, but you can definitely bring it in. That weird nachos with the bright yellow cheese.
Which is not cheese. It's just like sauce cheese. I don't like sauce cheese.
Like
I really want my cheese to be grated.
Residue or something. I don't know what it is, but oh, it's so fun being amongst Americans, isn't it?
You just they do entertainment better than anybody else, don't they? Even their president does it.
Oh my word.
I mean, he's putting on a show.
Yeah, always putting on a show. Yeah, fantastic. All right, we got to go to America, and I promise.
Would you go at the moment though?
No, no, we're going to have to wait. It's like we said. I think in the last episode we said recently, we got to go to Russia. Well, we can't go at the moment. There's a lot of places you just can't go at the moment.
Bali's still on the list.
Oh, mate, Bali never comes off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cairns. Did you say Cairns?
Cairns. We get to smash out of Cairns.
Always on the list. Cairns.
France. We go to France. France are doing okay. They got a new prime minister or president or something.
I don't know.
Something going on there.
All of Europe's a bit...
What do you mean all of Europe?
On the nose.
When was the last time you went to Europe?
Oh, pre-kids.
Germany was the last.
I love Germany so
much. You love Germany?
But even then, like, it's just a bit iffy at the moment. You just never know when war's going to start.
I feel like it's fine.
Do you?
If you're going to the good areas, Greece, Italy, France,
the thing about that I find amazing as an Australian is they're all so close to the bad areas. It's like...
Oh, Turkey, and then you got...
Yeah, it's right. Like, Turkey is across the creek from like somewhere scary.
Now you're forcing us to do geography here live on the podcast.
It's like everywhere's
a bit
easy
scary.
Is across the creek from somewhere
but
scary.
It's all good. And what's funny is we're so far away that we think, oh, right, over there.
That's what I mean. They're just like, nah, it's fine.
What are you going on about?
Oh, there's a whole,
Russia's just there.
Yeah, they're like, there's a whole creek between us and Syria. Don't worry about it. No, it's fine. They're just doing their thing over there. We're doing our thing here.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But don't you think that is really interesting that in that small, compact area, you can literally jump on a train for like 1 hour and be in a complete different country,
They're so
a complete different language, new food, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
where I think that's what surprises us because we're like, well, Australia, like, you know, you can fly for 5 hours and still have the same type of people. Exactly the same type of people.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, I think we have subtle differences, but it's not
not like America.
Or like,
Europe.
you know, that Germany and France are completely different cultures.
Yeah.
They're completely immersive. Everyone's right into it.
Yep.
And yeah, we just don't have that here. Like you go to Germany and there's absolutely people wearing lederhosen for a night out. There's young men.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a costume. Like they're not mucking around. They're seriously.
It's beautiful.
It's Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're seriously wearing that outfit to go out on the piss. Amazing.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, absolutely.
We'll put a train tour on the itinerary. We'll do a train tour.
I do love a European train because you can.
Okay. Hang on a second here, train lady. What's going on?
Yeah, they're
so you love a European train, not an Australian train?
No, they're better. I get the train all the time in Melbourne, but
mate. I haven't got a driverless train. I'm not going to bring this up again from a few weeks ago.
I don't care if it's got a driver or not. It's not like I'm chatting to the driver. I don't care. But in Europe, how good are the train? You can sit on a train for 6 hours happily.
Oh, yeah.
Have a sandwich.
Have a sandwich, sit in first class.
Yes.
You know, you could really upgrade yourself for like €40. It's not even expensive.
So good. Okay,
and their train stations are next level.
This world tour, mate.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to go right off.
We just need the bloody audience to grow so that we can get over there.
Yep. Okay, this is going to happen. Or maybe we could be billeted. Maybe we, instead of paying for accommodation, should we make like a
sleep with a Japanese family?
Make like a hockey team from Gympie and get billeted. Okay, I'm up for that.
Okay.
Brilliant.
How long are we staying there though? 9 days?
A couple of months.
Bloody hell, leave the kids at home. All right, let's get into some secrets.
Okay.
If you've got a secret you want to share, all you have to do is go to the link in the bio of the podcast. Our first secret is written into us. My next door neighbour thinks we have an adorable back fence friendship. I'm picturing, what's that TV show that we used to watch when we were growing up?
Tool Time? Yeah, Tool Time. Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, where you had the hat and you never got to see the guy.
Wilson.
Yeah. But I only ever chat with her to keep tabs on when she's going away so I can use her bin.
Bins. Oh,
bin
suburban
day, mate.
bins.
Yeah.
Such an
How's
issue.
your bin going?
My bins are great. Since we moved out of a townhouse and into a house, we got a big bin. Oh, I'm loving life.
You had a smaller bin?
Yeah, in the townhouse we had that little green bin and it was a nightmare, and I was constantly having to drive around the neighbourhood to drop off
Why
garbage.
do people in a townhouse have less garbage?
I don't know. It's a 3-bedroom townhouse. I have no idea what they think I'm managing in there, but it was a push. Also, Nodgy lives in commission flats, so she's got huge industrial bins downstairs from her place. So she takes a lot of our excess garbage and our boxes home. So I'm very lucky that way. But yeah, bins are an issue. You know, there'll be the odd bloke around the place who'll get the shits if you leave your bins out for an extra night after they've been emptied. God, I hate those guys.
I remember when we had neighbours going away that we had to put their bins out so that they looked like they were still there. Absolutely. So that people wouldn't rob their house.
Yeah, it's a signpost. And empty their mailbox, did you?
Empty their mailbox, all the the routine gear just to make sure that nobody...
Absolutely.
Is that still a thing these days where people are doing that? So you still...
Well, people still do it. Yeah, I've done it for neighbours too. Absolutely, yeah. But again, it's great because you get to use their bin. You know, you get to fill it up. I will do the drop sometimes of a night. Thursday night's our bin night. So if I've got excess, go creeping around the neighbourhood, dropping it in other people's bins.
We live in an apartment block. So there's always, and I find it in every apartment block, there is always some kind of person that just nominates themselves as the bin guy or the bin lady.
Bin monitor.
Or the bin monitor. Who? That's not a job.
In my mum's block, it's Pauline.
Right.
But Pauline's good about it. Like, she makes sure everyone's bin's out if they forget and all that. So, but yeah, I wouldn't
We've had notes though thrown under our door. Hey, stop using, your bin number is this number. Use your bin, please. Don't put stuff in other people's bins. And I'm thinking,
if there's room,
who's actually opening lids?
Yeah, and
also checking.
If there's room, then
it's going in the bloody truck. Who cares?
That's what I'm saying. If my bins are out, I've even given other dog walkers permission to put their dog shit bags in my bin. I've said to them, listen, feel free. You know,
is it illegal?
No, but some people crack the shits about it.
So it's just a cracking of the shits that can happen. You can't. It's not a breaking of the law if you're putting shit or you're putting something in somebody's bin.
Someone else's bin. You know, you're walking down the street. I think there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm about Larry's walking down the street. He's eating an apple. Gets to the bottom of the apple. Yeah. Just opens a bin, chucks it in. This guy comes out and goes, "What are you doing? Putting something in my bin?" It's like, it's a bin. This is garbage.
How much space is it? A core.
But
chill out, bro.
Some people just love getting offended, don't they?
Don't they? How do you file the bin bandit?
The bin bandit, yeah, perfectly understandable. I'm a bin bandit myself. Absolutely. A proud bin bandit.
Yeah. All right. Our next secret. I told my husband I was doing a mindfulness retreat last year, but I actually went to a wine tour in the Hunter Valley with my best friend. I sent him stock photos of trees and candles as proof.
Oh, God.
How good's the Hunter Valley, mate?
How good's lying?
There's a lot of liars.
Yeah. I think I encourage them and they encourage me. And look, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't care what anyone says. If you have to lie.
These are white lies, aren't they?
And it's also just like, you need your space. You need a break. Why don't
you just say that, though?
Because obviously it'll go down like a shit sandwich for some reason. I don't know. If you say to your husband, I need a break. I need a week away with Donna.
In the Hunter Valley.
In the Hunter Valley, we just want to drink, get massages, sit around a pool laughing and rinse and repeat for a week. He might go, oh, we can't afford it. Well, then why can't I go fishing with my mates? Blah, blah, blah. So, maybe for some reason, if you say, I'm going to a mindfulness retreat.
I actually don't think that helps.
Me neither. But if that's what it takes to get it through.
I saw you as you said that out loud, you went, how would that work?
I don't know why that makes better sense, why he's more open to that. I don't know. But if that, maybe you've convinced him you'll come back calmer.
It's self-help.
Yeah.
So if you're going out drinking in the Hunter, you're not helping yourself at all.
You're probably not going to.
But if you're selling it as, I'm going to come back a better person.
Yeah. You're probably not going to come back a better person if you're just blind for 6 days. You're going to come back sick. But, yeah, whatever it takes. I don't care. Tell him whatever you have to tell him to get your break. You need your break. And I'm sure he's lying to you about where he's going when he goes fishing or whatever.
How much, on a percentage scale, how much lying do you think there are in the average relationship these days?
Lots.
Is it like
depends on how long you've been together.
The longer you've been together, more lying? Okay.
Yeah, and it really steps up after you have kids because you get more desperate. You just get so desperate.
What's a desperate lie that you've told?
Oh, things like that. Like I'm going to the chemist. I'm going to drink at Donna's house.
But that's really obvious because if you're going to the chemist, how long are you there for?
Exactly. But
what do you mean exactly?
It's desperate.
I need a better lie, mate. I'm going to call you out.
I wasn't called out. I mean, when my babies
So you'd say, I'm going to the chemist.
Yeah. I'm just going to the chemist and a few other things. I've got to go to the chemist. Yeah. He's not going to say, no, you can't go to the chemist.
When you got kids.
I need something I need colic medicine or some. But maybe I just went and sat in my car.
You did that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
You were a car sitter.
Out of here, yeah. Car's private. No one can get at me. No one's going to try and talk to me. It's just like I'm in the car at the beach.
A mate of mine, he told me that when he drives home from work and sometimes he pulls up into the driveway and just sits in the car for ages. But then takes a deep breath and then walks inside to the family. 2 kids, obviously he's right in the middle of that, that part of life. But
absolutely,
is that a common thing for the?
Absolutely, you get so desperate, mate. You just get so desperate.
Car sitting.
Oh, lots of car sitting, lots of car sitting, and at least now I've got a beach. Like I remember when they were babies, or even before they were born. I remember car sitting at a park in Brisbane. I'm looking at a tree.
For how long?
Oh, I don't know. One time my ex's mother came to stay for 2 weeks. I sat there for hours. Hours.
All right, let's get into how do you file?
Perfectly understandable. And I love it.
Yeah.
Rajesh is going to have to duplicate it. Yeah.
All right, let's get into our first audio secret for today.
Can you clarify on your podcast exactly how anonymous we are when we leave a secret? Because I would love to leave a secret. However, I'm a little bit concerned that the police may be able to get involved.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Now, you are completely anonymous and we don't, we cover your voice up, but
Do we have contact details?
No, we don't have any contact details. So when it's anonymous, there's no, you can choose to put your email there if you want to share that. But what is the law if you are telling us something that is illegal and then the police contact us to... I mean, we're not going to get a detail anyway because they're not going to send it to...
Well, if we don't have your details,
we can't do anything about it, right?
So
but there is a law, though, isn't there, where if the police heard about this, they could subpoena us. So you need to know that.
Yeah, so just don't send your email address or any contact details because, look, whether or not they can... Yeah, no, they can subpoena us for our records and we can go, she didn't leave any... and show them.
But give us your bloody secret because it sounds exciting.
Yes, please.
What do you think she did?
Drug offence would be my guess. Drug-related offence. Yeah, that would be... Most women are in jail for drug offences, so if she's worried about the police, that would be my guess. Yeah.
Would you share a secret on a podcast if you were worried about that?
If it's funny.
If it's funny?
I mean, I've said lots of things.
If it's going to end you up back in jail, wouldn't you just not share it on a podcast?
Well, she's not an idiot. She's just checking first. She's going, hey, can I, what do you reckon? Can I? And we've just given her the green light. No, it's fine. Just don't fill in your email address.
I wonder if we've got an audience there of people that listen to us from jail.
I don't know if they're allowed.
What do you mean?
I suppose it would depend. What depends on what level of security you're in. Like if you're in maximum security, you don't get any media. Just depends on where you're at. You don't have a phone. You don't have an iPhone to scroll through.
I feel like there's phones in jail though, isn't there?
Yeah, but
like
they've got to come up your ass.
Right. Well, and
it happens.
People could be listening to us through those phones.
They could be too. That's a lot of commitment, and I really appreciate it. I'd love to know if that is happening. You're listening to us now on a phone that came in up someone's ass.
I imagine that if someone recently went to jail and they're like, fuck, I'm going to miss out on some episodes of Can We Be Real? I need to get a bloody phone in here, whack it up my ass.
I'm going to have to do me prep and get a phone up there in my prison purse.
Well, let us know if you are in prison listening to the podcast.
Yes,
and also,
please.
if you want to share a secret, yes, you are anonymous. We don't have any of your details unless you share them with us. Let's get into our next secret.
A few years ago, I was bullied at work by this complete bitch, and I sort of randomly found revenge in a way. She used to run marathons, and I found all these like public photos of her mid-run on socials, and she looked terrible, and it sort of just amused me. So I created a Finsta page, and I've posted all these just terrible photos of her like mid-run, and it just makes me feel slightly better. I realise now, saying it out loud, it's a little bit cooked, but like I said, she was awful, and it's the one thing I can do to have revenge without, doing anything too hectic.
I get it.
Too hectic? What are you thinking?
Well, I know what she means. Like, she's not actually attacking this person physically or even contacting her or anything like that.
The other thing is, does she even know about this account?
This is the
because you need her to know for her to feel the pain.
No,
you just want so other people can just be viewing this lady in these bad positions, running.
It could be just that you're doing it just makes you feel better, I guess. I love revenge, but which is very bad Buddhism. But it is reminding me of this lady I know, fantastic lady called Nicole, whose last name I will remember. But she's written a book about being stalked, and this lady stalked her. So what happened was Nicole was a single mum, met a guy at like cricket training or something for one of her kids who's a newly single dad. They had kids the same age. They hit it off. They started seeing each other, and it's really blossomed, and they're still together now, and they're married. But just before that, he had been seeing another lady. Mm-hmm. Well, this other lady then went on to stalk Nicole very, very badly, and did things like this. Now, I know that's not what you're doing, but she not only would do all the usual things like phone them and things like that, but she started Finstas where she posted photos of this woman and talked about it being ugly and really... And the difference, I don't know if it's different. The thing is that the target doesn't know how mental you are, right? So if you're just like at night time just putting up a photo, just having a giggle with somebody, and you'd never do anything more. The target doesn't know that. So it can be really, really, really scary. Like if you suddenly realised, if I came to you and went, do you know about this? There was an Instagram account with lots of ugly photos of you running marathons and you had no idea who was doing this.
Oh, it's so weird. Yeah.
It's so creepy and I'd get scared.
Totally. Well, Yulia actually had this happen.
Really?
Well, not like to this level of detail. So her group of girlfriends, there's 5 girlfriends, and there was this account that was created where they started commenting and like on all of the different accounts of the girls.
Yeah.
And they started saying really like weird and personal things about either the girls or the partners, right? And I was not really into it until I started getting attacked.
Yeah, got it.
They started saying that I'd put on weight, right? Yeah.
Okay, now I'm in. Now I'm invested.
Yeah,
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was a fake account. And they were trying to do all of this research and work out who this was. But it was someone that knew a lot of detail about all 5 of the girls.
Yes.
It was way too much detail for it to be just a random person that was like looking at Instagram accounts and making up.
This is like a TV show or a...
Yeah, it was like a Gossip Girl.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City plotline. I mean, this is like, it sounds like it is one of the girls or it's...
Well, this is what we were thinking.
Yeah.
So we were doing like a process of elimination. But
fuck, that is
but
awful.
We were all getting bloody,
all confident.
absolutely smashed. Yeah. I'm thinking, fucking, what's going on here?
Well, here's the issue. As I said, you don't know how mental this person is. You're thinking, okay, is this it? Is this where it begins and ends? Are they amused at putting up photos of me running or saying I've put on weight? Or are they outside my house right now? Are they outside the window?
And why are they so angry?
Right.
Like, what have I done? Who in my life hates me that much that they want to do that?
How angry are they?
Yeah.
How far is this going to go?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say be careful because at the moment, you and I know it's harmless because you've explained it to us. I'm like, okay, I get it. Just a bit of harmless payback to someone who's bitched to you at work. But you can really terrify someone and actually traumatise them with shit like this. Sees it like... It can be really scary.
How do you file it?
Be careful.
You'll be careful.
Just be careful.
All right. If you have a secret you want to share it on the podcast, go to the link in the bio and we will catch you again tomorrow.